Now we're at goal 5 and 6, getting close to actually test driving, an Internet of Things device.
Yes.
So we want to leave the driveway, connect it to the realm of connected devices, and feel like we're really making a difference out there. So this is where we're getting close to that, almost. We do have one small step here. We have number 5 goal is a log file, and I keep challenging you, trying to stump you here. So why do you remember? If I said in class, you remember? I know I said it in class, but do you remember me telling why do we do a log file goal?
Log file?
Yeah. Why do we do this goal?
That's a tricky question.
I'm trying to stump you.
It's been 6 months. I can't remember anything.
So I finally stumped Pavant. But I'm doing a log file here because so many devices that we put in the field, oftentimes it's a good idea to think about the option of storing the data locally. Like, hey, maybe we don't need to connect that. It's cheaper to do that. Or if we're having trouble connecting, hey, let's log the data first. This is always just an often step where you're working and creating an Internet of Things device that you just want to log the data first and mess with it.
I got it.
Right? Okay, all right. Vermonta's got it this time. And so this is what you do. Now, I'll let you answer this one then. Give some basic instructions on how to do a log file, because they're going to do this in Node-RED, right?
Sure. Yeah. They're going to do it in Node-RED. So first thing first. So you have many different types of data coming in. Let's think.
Right.
There are 3 sensor data coming in.
Okay.
How do you log those? So you send the data with something called a comma or a parameter. So let's say a comma. So you use a code inside where when you see a comma, you separate the data.
Oh, okay. You're getting fancy.
Now, so if it's a single data, you can directly log it.
So you can use a function node.
Yeah, you can use
JavaScript, and then you can break out your data. If you have a couple, like you may have temperature and humidity, you want to break them out, and so you could get fancy with that. But honestly, for this one, guys, when I grade this, and even Pavant will say, if you could just take whatever's coming in and put it into a text file, and then have it just keep adding on to that file with the next line of data.
Yes.
We'll give full credit for that.
Yeah, we give full
credit. We always
if you can go fancy, it's better.
Yeah. If you go fancy, you might. Anyone who's a little more advanced likes to break up the data because that gets it ready for graphing it and sending it more cleanly to the cloud. And so definitely, if you want to work ahead with that, that's always good practice. But just for understanding these concepts, if we can just get it into a log file and just use the format we got, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So one of the main thing is you need to append it to the file. So that's the main thing.
Right.
Else it is going to repeat. It's going to give the last value in the file.
But it's pretty simple. The node for that is just file, isn't it? Yeah. So you just connect your incoming serial node to file, and then you say
you give the location there, and you give the location of the data.
And you put it in a place on your hard drive.
Yeah.
Man, this is sounding too easy for us. Okay. So number 6. Now we're finally getting into really test driving this material. And I'm just going to do a symbol here. We know what's going on here, right? We're going to the cloud. This is going to the cloud next. And so we don't even have to say, because really it's your choice. You send your data to an online platform. I suggest some in class. What's your favorite?
My favorite is Adafruit.io.
Yeah, Adafruit.io. That's the big, because that one's so easy. Many of us actually buy devices. So it's fun to use their I/O. They really simplified here. So this is really getting it then from your Node-RED into the cloud and setting this up.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
So do you have any hiccups here? Any challenges with this? Did you find anything?
Yeah. Now the challenge is that finding the. So if you want to use Adafruit.io, it's easy. So if you want to challenge yourself, you can go fancy.
I'll focus you here. What format do they recommend sending the data in to get it into Adafruit? This is another tough question.
Yeah, you can send it in text. So
you can send text?
Yes.
You might be right about that. What's the most popular?
Numerical.
Which one?
Numerical.
Numerical? No, I'm looking for the protocol to...
protocol, MQTT.
All right, that guy got him. He was confused on what I was saying, the format of the actual file. But I was going for the protocol.
Protocol, yeah.
So we go MQTT, and I talk about this and teach this in class, and this is is actually putting it into
Yep.
practice, right? We're using MQTT and we send it up.
Yeah. So MQTT is a basic message subscribe and publish.
Right.
So I'm here, he's here. So I send a message and he sends a message. So I want his data, so he sends back his data. So that's how it works.
Right, and this is probably the hiccup part is you're going to end up setting up a user up here in the cloud. This is free.
Yeah.
And so you have to know, like you're publishing it up there to a certain topic, and then you have to know your topic and put your topic down here in Node-RED.
Yes.
And so there's a little bit of give and take there. Just go through it. They have great instructions online
Yes,
on how to do this.
That's important.
For Adafruit, and then this really sets you up to feel good of sending your data up to the cloud. Now, then the big mistake, I asked this today in class, I said, all right, how many people sent too much data up to the cloud at once? Because I was talking about the quantity of data, right?
Yes.
And almost everybody in the class raised their hand. So what happens is there's a threshold here because it's a free.
So
you can only send so many
data points per second.
Dang. Pavant is on it. 60 data points per second. My students are sending more than 60 data points per second. And they almost all raise their hand. So what they'll do then is they actually then suspend your account for like 60 minutes if you do this.
Yep.
And then if you do it again, it's like 12 hours and 24 hours. So all you got to do is have a node that then spaces out your data,
Yeah.
limits
You need to send the data every 2 seconds probably, or 4 seconds depending on how much data you're sending.
Right.
So if you're sending one data point, then you can send one per 1 second. If you're sending two sensor data, then you need to send 2 for 1 second. So that would be 30 data points per minute. So 3 goes on. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can limit this. You can back down to your embedded code and change the interval.
Yeah.
Or you can limit this in Node-RED.
Node-RED.
And then a lot of students do it in Node-RED. They don't want to go back to their embedded device. I love how we just keep moving on and learning about these different areas of Internet of Things. So we go on, and you can limit that in Node-RED, so you're only sending less than 60 data points, and you don't get stuck. And then, hey, I think we made it all the way through.
Sure.
6 labs. That sounds pretty good, guys. I think you can do it.
Yeah, you can do it.
All right. Take care.
Take care. Bye.